Hey guys, so for this video, we're going to focus a little bit more on the references of the game as well as the decision making of players occupying a certain space, entering, exiting space, the type of pass, and so on. So this comes from the game over the weekend, the Barcelona game. Um, it was a 4-4-2 against the 4-3-3, and that itself alone is an interesting matchup because the first one is you have two center backs against two forwards, and that alone causes an imbalance in this line right here. So you want to be able to have a 4-4-v3 or a 3v2, but you never want to be caught in a 2v2. So that's why you see in the clip I focused on is in minute 10. So if you guys can watch that, use that as a reference, that would help a lot too. And you can see that the central midfielder occupying this space to be able to create an angle and to be able to occupy at least one of them so that this pass doesn't go through and then you're able to get out. The second thing was in this particular clip, you had Messi and De Jong in a similar position like this, um, and basically occupying the interior side of the field, maybe more of like the half space and half of the middle. But the interesting thing was that they both were in the same line in the same space, and the moment the ball was played, they were able to create a different angle based on who stepped to pressure the ball. So the play was something like a pass to the central player here that provoked this player to jump and deny a turn. The ball was eventually passed to the weak side, something like this. And this is when this situation happened. So you talk about references of the game and what spaces to occupy, but it was Messi coming into the space, somebody following, the ball was played. The moment this happens, this space is also created right here. And that is where the decision making of players, that's why certain things don't always look the same way. Certain actions like movements, interchanges don't always look the same because, yeah, it makes sense for him to get into, but now the center backs are not occupied. What happened was this player took the space, and now this is a positional advantage in terms of being able to turn, play a penetrating pass, but at the same time, you can play to the outside. So here's a quick example of it. Here's the pass without the provoked pressure. The moment the ball's played, the defender's turn. So it was a very quick action. The beauty of it was the interchange between Messi and De Jong here, and then the width always occupying. So if the ball is here, who's gonna step? The ball was played here. Now who steps? This is a very difficult situation, and that's why it's a very big disadvantage because if he drops more, now you have more players going to your own box, and you can't cover all the spaces because if you play if you go back and let's say this player steps here, now this one is also on. So being able to have an advantage and be able to enter the right space at the right time is key. And I thought this one was an interesting action because it's not something that looks exactly the same every time. They happen based on the spaces that are available. So if he steps again, you might be able to play here and then outside. But this position and this runner, the outside back going here, you can make a decision here. You can make a decision here. What is it going to be based on? How much this player jumps or how much this player jumps. Because then that will create little spaces behind, something like that. So if he steps, this